Hey guys, Justin here of Figatech. And when you compare this Realme 8 5G to last year's Realme 7 5G or to its LTE version, well, you might see this phone as quite a downgrade on paper. But if we're going to look at it without comparing to its predecessors, its specifications actually comes reasonably good for an official price of 11,990 pesos. We've been using it for a few days now, and here's what we think. Right off the bat, the Realme 8 5G feels light to hold and is easy to slip in your pockets despite its large 5000 mAh battery. As you can see, it features a simple yet good-looking curved glass stick back that gives off a slight light effect when moved towards different angles. It sure looks premium. I guess Realme's attempt to place their slogan "Dare to Leap Boldly" at the back of the Realme 8 and 8 Pro was an experiment, and we're not complaining that they didn't stick to it. However, as we get a glossy finish here, it is highly prone to fingerprint smudges, so it's best to put the case on. On a side note though, I do appreciate that it's easier to wipe off some smudges on this shiny back compared to other glossy design smartphones I've held. More at the back, we get the protruding camera module on the left side for its triple cameras and LED flash. Then at the bottom left is a Realme logo. The unit we have is in the supersonic blue color, but it's also available in supersonic black if you prefer a more classic look. Up front is a 6.5-inch screen with slim bezels and a tad bit thicker chin part. It's got the hole punch notch on the upper left for the selfie camera, while placed above it in the bezel is the earpiece. Now, Realme didn't mention any Gorilla Glass protection for this phone, but it does have a pre-installed screen protector on top. For buttons and ports, on the left side are the volume buttons together with the triple card tray for 2 nanoside SIM cards and a micro SD card for up to 1 terabyte. Meanwhile, on the right side is the power button, which also doubles as a fingerprint scanner. We found all the buttons clicky and they're easy to reach since they're placed near the center of the frame. There's nothing on top, but located at the bottom are its 3.5mm headphone jack, main microphone, USB Type-C port, and loudspeaker. Okay, talking more about its display, its 6.5-inch screen has an IPS panel with a resolution of 2400 by 1080 pixels, a pixel density of 405 pixels per inch, and a peak brightness of 600 nits. It has a 90Hz refresh rate option, which is something that we didn't get on the other variants in the Realme 8 series. However, if you can remember, the 4G Realme 8 and Realme 8 Pro are equipped with Super AMOLED displays. Either way, with the Full HD Plus IPS screen, you can still expect vivid color production, good viewing angles, and its 90Hz refresh rate simply makes the experience more immersive. In the display settings, you can switch the refresh rate between 90Hz, 60Hz, or on auto select, so it will automatically select the best refresh rate recommended. You can also change the color mode to gentle or vivid for richer colors. Additionally, there's also the option to turn on the OSIE vision effect, which uses artificial intelligence to enhance colors and picture quality for supported apps. As for sound quality, sound comes out through the loudspeaker and lowly from the called speaker. Like most phones in its range, the quality focuses more on the highs and mids, and there's not much bass to go around with. As much as it can be loud enough for a small room, it can sound teeny or airy, so I wouldn't set it at max volume much. Then again, there's always the headphone port available if you want better sound output. Software-wise, the Realme 8 5G runs Android 11 skinned with Realme UI 2.0. If you're a previous Realme or Oppo user, this interface should be familiar and is easy to go around with. It comes with a few bloatware and pre-installed apps such as Facebook, Netflix, Lazada, WPS, and Twitter that you can uninstall if you don't plan on using. By default, the app drawer for the home screen is turned on, but you can change it in the settings to the standard mode or simple mode. And similar to most phones today, you get the option to navigate with gestures or the traditional on-screen buttons. If you want to personalize the interface further, then you can tweak in the personalizations category in the settings. This will allow you to customize the overall theme, wallpapers, icon style, app layout, font, colors, and notification drawer. As for other features, there's dark mode, digital well-being and parental controls, smart driving, riding mode, and mini window or floating window for compatible apps. The Realme 8 5G comes with 128GB of internal storage that's expandable via micro SD card for up to 1 terabyte. And out of that 128GB, we get a usable 110GB out of the box. Alright guys, let's talk about one of its most interesting aspects, the performance. Under the hood, the Realme 8 5G is equipped with a MediaTek Dimensity 700 chip, together with a Mali G57 GPU and a generous 8GB of RAM. The MediaTek Dimensity 700 is common today within affordable 5G-ready devices, and it's deliverable enough for day-to-day casual use as well as some light gaming. However, we are aware that Realme can do better, as they were able to use the MediaTek Dimensity 800U for the Realme 7 5G. They probably chose the Dimensity 700 to make it more budget-friendly, and they have accomplished that. But in doing so, this makes it an ideal everyday device if you're not a heavy user. If you're going to use it for calls, messaging, social media scrolling, video streaming, and the like, it should do well as long as you keep the device optimized. Playing heavy games, on the other hand, can be a slightly laggy experience, so we suggest playing under the lowest graphics settings available and take advantage of the Game Space app. For some numbers, take a look at the benchmark scores we got. When it comes to biometrics and security, you can unlock the phone via the side-mounted fingerprint scanner and face unlock. Both are generally reliable and quick, but aren't as snappy as higher smartphones, which you wouldn't really notice on day-to-day use. And like most phones, the face unlock can have some mishaps under low-light conditions. Quickly on connectivity, the Realme 8 5G is equipped with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.1, NFC, 5G, 4G LTE, GPS, and dual-channel acceleration that allows you to download apps faster by using Wi-Fi and mobile data simultaneously. Now, keeping this phone running is a large 5,000 mAh battery with support for 18 watts fast charging. In our experience, the battery can easily last you a day or two if you're a moderate user and if you won't use it much for gaming. We ran it through the PC Mark's Work 3.0 battery test and we yielded a very good score of 20 hours and 31 minutes. As for our standard video loop test, the Realme 8 5G got an impressive 27 hours and 6 minutes of playback. And that's great! Charging, on the other hand, takes about 2 hours and 30 minutes from 0 to 100%, which isn't that fast compared to the Realme 7 5G or the Realme 8's 30 watts charging support. Clearly, charging speed is one of the compromises they made for its affordable price. Moving on to cameras, at the back we get a triple camera setup consisting of a 48-megapixel primary sensor, a 2-megapixel macro, and a 2-megapixel depth. Meanwhile, on its notch is a 16-megapixel front shooter. Quality-wise, when using the standard mode, we often get clear and sharp photos that tend to oversaturate on the greens and reds, even when the AI enhancement is turned off. It's not that bad though, but it looks obviously boosted. We found the 48-megapixel mode doing a better job in producing more natural-looking greens. Speaking of which, having a 48-megapixel lens is extra handy if for some reason you plan to use it for large photos like for posters, or if you want to retain more details instead of using the standard 5x or 10x zoom on this Realme 8 5G. With a dedicated macro lens, taking photos with the ultra macro mode gives us a nice close-up bokeh effect that can be a hit or miss in the process. Just make sure to focus the shot well and you'll get a good one. Meanwhile, the portrait mode is surprisingly on point most of the time with excellent subject background separation, even in this case when we used a transparent cup. As for night photography, we don't really get a huge improvement with its night mode, but it did get a little brighter and sharper. For selfies, the front camera works best under natural lighting, falling more on cooler tones. But for low-light environments, it often struggles, especially on the skin tone. We suggest taking multiple shots to get a decent one. For videos, it's capable of shooting up to 1080p at 30 frames per second with an ultra-steady mode option for stabilization. This is really great to have in its range. So finally, talking about price, locally, the Realme 8 5G has an SRP of 11,990 pesos, making it a worthy contender in the affordable 5G smartphone market. It is slightly better than the 5G-ready Poco M3 Pro and Redmi Note 10, but if 5G connectivity isn't much of a priority for you, then there are better options available in its price range. Nonetheless, if 5G connectivity is something that you really want to experience, which by the way will still depend on if it's available in your area, then the Realme 8 5G is a recommendable smartphone for you. Since it was just launched today, we'll put Realme's early bird offer in the description box below if you're interested. And that wraps up this review, guys. We'd love to hear your thoughts about this Realme 8 5G in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this is Justin, and don't forget to wash your hands and stay at home.